Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today we're doing part 2 of our Moo model IDW Drift build. Last time we got these beautiful legs assembled. Today's goal is the torso and head, and if time permits, I want to try and get some of the accessories done too, so hopefully we'll be able to get to those. But for now, how about enough talking from me? We get into the build. All right, here we are at the end of part 2 of our IDW Drift build, and I'm mostly loving this. I really am. I'm mostly loving this. There are a couple of small issues, which we'll get into, but for the most part, this is going wonderfully. To begin, I want to start with some of the accessories here, and as you can see, we get 2 of these scabbards and swords, and they have little magnets on them, and I'll show you where those go in just a sec. But I mean, they're fairly basic. I mean, nice red, white, evenly shaped little fins here. They're not solid. There's holes in there, but you know, nice design. And these are actually functional scabbards. So you actually do get these short swords that come with it. The short swords themselves have this square grip here, and it's designed to fit into the fists when we finish building the fists. I'm a little concerned about the paint being stripped away. It really depends on how tight the grip is on those fists. If I have to push it through, then some of the paint may go away. If it's too loose, then we're limited to what gravity will allow us to do as far as positioning is concerned. But for the most part, I mean, these are really cool. And both of these are identical. And then you have this puppy. And this one, nice long sword. As you can see, quite beautiful. And the grip itself actually has a pommel. Now this pommel is not going to fit through the fist. So you can pull the entire grip out to push it through the hand and then reattach it to the sword so that you get a nice hold on it. And it allows for a variety of poses, which is quite nice. I really like how it completely goes down. I mean, just look at the detail here. That's supposed to be the inlay on the sword. We've got this wonderful gold leaf here with the blue design here in the center. These cross guards, I guess is what those are. And then, of course, the whole thing will just fit right into the scabbard. And the scabbard itself is this, I mean, it's got this white here. I'm not sure why it's got white there, other than, I mean, on this side anyway. This is not showing up on camera. I can't seem to make it, but the copyright information's over there. There's nothing written on this side. But you've got this beautiful black, this red, the nice golden arrow going along the scabbard. It's actually quite nice. Coming in on the figure itself, or the torso, the crotch has some venting down here. This nice little blue. I mean, there's a lot of white that kind of drowns out some of the details. White space is good, unless you've got too much of it. I think there's a little too much white space here, particularly along the chest. But it does have this nice sternum detail here, which is kind of cool. And these, I guess, pectoral pieces. I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, but they look cool. I do like that. The shoulders here are this nice black with the gold venting up in there. Each of the shoulders has a magnetic port for when we get the arms together, which will allow us to put the arms in multiple positions without having any issues there. The abdomen has this beautiful venting along with the red highlights. We've got some painted on detail here, some laser etching. On the back side, this was the problem area for this build. As you can see, these little pop-out details here are tiny. They're absolutely tiny and an absolute pain to get in. All of this here fits together very tightly, and there's a number of pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces that go together to form this back. And it's beautifully detailed, and it's hidden on the back. and by far the most difficult part. We've got this beautiful venting here and here with this wonderful red highlight and a little more venting right here in the middle. And you know, that's really about all the detail there. Now on either side of the hip, you've got these holes. That is where the magnets for the swords, or more like the scabbards, go in. And there's a third one here on the back, and that is where the long sword goes. For the head itself, it's actually a pretty nice sculpt. You have to be, man, that white is just really drowning out everything here. But there's some foldable pieces here just above the eyes. Man, trying to figure out a way to show this to you, and this is about as close as it's going to get. But there's some foldable pieces just above the eyes that you really need to be careful on, or it's just going to cover the eyes. It really has to be folded carefully. And here on the chin, there are actually holes that go all the way through. So you can see inside the helmet if you look by those holes there. But you do have this nice gold detail here and here and here, which really kind of make the head stand out. The crest itself looks beautiful on this side, but it's unpainted on this side. So if the light hits it right, you're going to get a nice silver glare coming at you. But for the most part, it actually reflects the white from the helmet. So it's hard to tell unless the light hits it just right. Nice little gold highlight there. And the head itself was actually quite easy to assemble. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be far more difficult, and it wasn't. To show you how this thing all assembles, basically, it's a little bit of a pain because the magnets keep wanting to draw things in before you're ready to actually attach them. But, you know, it is what it is when you're dealing with magnets and metal. I'm not too worried about the paint being stripped off of the grips on those magnets because, well, they're hidden once it's assembled like that. And then this will go in here. Now the magnet itself is perfect for holding it in an upright position. Starts to flop around a little bit if you get too creative with it in, say, like this. You can see it's already starting to fall. So as long as it's in a vertical position, it holds just fine though. But that's really about it here for part 2. Man, this does not want to go back in. There it goes. All right, that's about it here for part 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.